Hello everyone, just a short intro this week, just to let you know that this is episode 4 part 2. If you haven't seen episode 4 part 1, I highly recommend you go and check it out on any of the Chaos Theory social media platforms. Otherwise, I really hope you enjoy what Kunal and I have to say about Run the Jewels and their latest album, Run the Jewels 4. Run the Jewels, and the Run the Jewels album that was released last Wednesday, I cannot stop listening to it. For the last week, it's a half-hour, 40-minute album, and I've listened to it on repeat consistently.
You shared it on our Instagram stories, didn't you? You were that
I did.
motivated by it. You decided, I just suddenly saw this popping up, and I was like, wow, it's a big deal.
Yes,
definitely. I heard it because of your recommendation. I listened to it. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
I've got it.
It's one of those albums that, like, effectively since Run the Jewels 3, I've been waiting for it, which was, 2017, 2016? It was Christmas one year. They re-released an album, the Run the Jewels 3, and back then I did exactly the same thing. It's like, I cannot listen to anything else other than this album because it just... everything speaks to me, whether it's listening to the lyrics or listening to the music or a combination of both. My brain cannot compute everything all at once. I need to listen to it as many times as I can. So yeah, one thing I will say about Run the Jewels 4, it feels like an album of its time. It's come out at exactly the right moment. One of the songs on it is called Walking in the Snow, and the lyrics are so close to the way things are at the minute, the Black Lives Matter movement, everything that's happening in the world right now. You would imagine that it was written yesterday.
With that line, "I can't breathe" as well.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, that kind of stuff, when people release something and people think it was written about a specific time, but actually it was written years ago. It kind of shows how this stuff just kind of is always there. It's always been present, so it always feels relevant.
Yes,
it still is.
Yeah.
It still is happening. It's just there happens to be a movement now about it on a global scale of shock, outrage, and awareness. But some people are always aware of that, and some people always experience that. And that's, you could write a song about it at any time, any point in time, and it would still feel relevant.
Probably the worst thing about the album is the fact that it is relevant.
Yeah.
It's that they managed to say so much about different things, about the state of the USA, obviously, because that's where they're from, but also of the world in general. And it's crazy how perfect it fits within the narrative of today, but also it's maybe quite a bad thing that it does, because that suggests that nothing has actually changed and nothing is getting better, or at least at the moment nothing seems to be improving. But then with everything that's going on, there is a chance for change. There is a chance for making things better. And I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but I see right now that things are getting better, or things are potentially getting better.
You're getting a little deep with your roundup here, because the reason I started Chaos Theory was because I had been quite politically active through my teens and 20s and seen no positive change in the way our government behaved, in the way the US government behaved, in the way in the world. And I felt that, you know what, maybe I can make more of a difference in this problem I've identified, which is the way completely new unsigned musicians are treated in London, and I can make more of a difference in that than I can in world politics, economy, capitalism, prejudice, all of that. And that felt like a safe little thing that at least I feel like I can make some progress here. But then my apathy has been kind of I've identified it as apathy and not just hopelessness. And it's like, actually, there's so many people who are so enraged by this. I feel like I wouldn't be shouting into a void, and I feel like there's a lot of people who haven't experienced what I've experienced, who are being very vocal about their outrage about it. and I don't kind of have the right to sit silently about it. So it feels like a really important time, and people in scenes that are kind of used as a distraction from the realities and rage that is constantly there inside. It's like, wow, actually, this stuff isn't a distraction, it's a reaction to it. It always has been. The way genres are, I've always been talking about how genres of music are born, and musical movements are born because of the state of society and politics at any point in time. It's completely entrenched in it. The way people create is that's the way that it's why financially and governments kind of don't even consider the arts, because the arts will rise up no matter what they're faced with. So they kind of feel like, you know what, even if we had no money, there would be some kind of grassroots movement. People would be pushing fervently to express themselves. It's not something I support. That's not a mentality I support, and that they'll look after themselves. We don't need to support them. We need support. But it is a testament to how people will react and express themselves, and all art, all music, all creativity, all everything is a reaction to whatever state of mind we are at any point in history, in society and politics and everything. And even if we don't think it is some sort of product of the state of the times at any point. So we have to accept and engage, and also accept that the world of the arts and culture is actually a lot deeper and more important, and has some very powerful messages that I have found more important and engaging than reading a book by a politician. That's the stuff that's inspired me. These are the people. The lyrics of artists are what have dictated my belief system. In general. So that they've been my role models. So it is important, and it is linked, and it's an important time, to acknowledge that I don't just want to be in the arts. We're all political. And we are wrapped up in it, and we're affected by it. So we're all political because we're affected by everything in politics. And Run the Jewels are one of those people, one of those groups of people who actually make me think about that stuff.
It manages to be an album that is great in its production. It's great in its lyricism. It's great in the way that the album works as a whole, but also
they're one of the most fun bands ever. They're just fun. I love them most for the way they just put themselves out there. They're just super hilarious every way. It's not. I never considered them a heavy band.
No.
It's weird that they make so much sense, relevant. They seem so relevant.
I think that's what endears me to them the most, is the fact that you can kind of not take them seriously. The way that they are, the way that they act, it just feels quite natural, and just being friends with each other, right? And that comes across in the lyrics, in their songs as well, because there are passages in this that if you said it to someone, it's ridiculous, right? But then on the flip side, there are passages which actually make you kind of question what's going on, and that's what's brilliant about them. It's that they manage to do both so well and so succinctly, and marry the two. So it's not overbearing in either capacity. It's not just jokes for any amount of the songs. It's not just stuff that makes you not really kind of want to listen to it because it's too hard. It's that kind of the duality of both of that. It's they're having fun, but they're also trying to tell you a message, and that's fucking brilliant.
That's brilliant. Yeah, fair play. So Run the Jewels are a band. I've seen them at Field Day. I've listened to albums of theirs. I watched a video by Syriac Harris because Syriac Harris is one of my favourite video artists and video producers and animators, or whatever he defines himself as. I love it. I love his work. He's done some really great videos for himself, music videos for various Ninja Tune artists like Esmo, and and I saw a Run the Jewels video by him, all about cats, just morphing cats, and that made me pay more attention to Run the Jewels because he'd done a video for them, and I've seen them, and I think that the way I love any hip hop group that doesn't try to be hip hop in a traditional sense. I like any type of music that doesn't try to be whatever genre they're in a traditional sense. And they aren't traditional. They are they mock themselves and they mock everything so much. And it's just brilliant. All right, so roundup of the roundup. If I've understood correctly and I've been paying attention, I'm a massive fool for missing Slay at Home Festival, and I'm going to watch all the playback because that sounds absolutely amazing.
Yep, I would totally agree with your misinformation of not enjoying that festival whilst it was on.
Yeah, that was foolish. And For the Benefit of All by T. Morris and Joe Quayle, I did watch, and that was amazing.
Yep,
Thank you.
And then Run the Jewels 4, because you have to listen to that.
I mean, I listened to it because of you, and you're right. I loved it.
So this goes out to everyone. I implore you to listen to all of the things that I talk about, but Run the Jewels 4 especially, and enjoy it, and make sure you do, and have a beer whilst you're doing it, because that makes everything more fun.
All right.
Ta-da.
I need to wee.